Hi, hi everyone. I'm sure if you're watching this after I'm done with my live, um, I probably look tired because I am. I'm at work. Um, I have a really nice and I would consider it like a big announcement. So yeah, there's a lot that I have to do. I'm also nervous, but I think maybe doing these lives has helped me deal with whatever is coming. I've been working hard for you guys so that it's not just prediction videos. Um, I'm trying to make sure that it's beyond just prediction videos and all those type of things. And I started trying to do a little bit more um, last year in December. You know, when I started my subscribers combat sports awards last year in December, and then I did also like a short series for counting down basically the best fighters in combat sports history, from boxing to MMA. So this is another addition to one of those things, but this is going to be every single Friday. That's basically the announcement. Myself, and EFC are still talking about the what do you call it? I hope my network is working properly. But myself and EFC are still communicating back and forth. Um, but the official time for interviews will start being Friday at around 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock South African time, yeah, 3 p.m. 3 p.m. South African time. I'll try to make sure that I post it on the community section, and I'll try to keep on updating you guys. But that's essentially why I decided to just do this stream in order to announce it. Nothing is official yet in terms of the time that we're going to be doing this, because obviously they have to speak with their champions, and then see, like, we have to work around their schedule, because obviously they have to train and all these other things. So there's a couple of things that we're still going through, but I will only be focusing on their main events and co-main events. So on their pay-per-views, I'll only be focusing on the main event and co-main event. And how I'm going to do it is every single Friday, I'm going to start with the challenger. Obviously, the same as UFC, right? So let's say, for example, in the upcoming card, it's what do you call him? Alex Pereira versus Jamal Hill, and then in the co-main event, it's Zhang Weili versus Yan Zhaonan, right? So how I would do it is, for example, I will first interview maybe Yan Xiaonan on the first Friday, and then the following Friday I interview Zhang Wei Li, and then the other Friday I interview Jamal Hill, and then the other Friday finally I interview Alex Pereira. It's an example, guys. This is an example for EFC, right? So this is like the process that I'm going to be using for their pay-per-view cards. So this is going to be every single Friday. I think they have impressive fighters, and I mentioned it in my previous stream when I was asking or considering interviewing their champions. I did actually highlight some of the fighters that came from EFC, which is like people like Cameron Simon, Dricus Duplessis. Who's this? There's so many other that I forgot. The guy who was helped by The Rock, I forgot his name. Tabo Garimbo, is that his name? Yeah, I think so. I think he also came from EFC. So there's a lot of EFC fighters that have gone on to have significantly high success in the UFC. So I'm going to start with EFC, and then with growth, maybe I will include other organizations. When I include other organizations, it's going to be a lot of work, so maybe I might need a bit of help on the channel, and especially when it comes to interviews. Or alternatively, I'll have to be doing this full time because right now I'm balancing a full time job and doing predictions on the channel, and now I'll be adding also statistics, and then now I'll be adding interviews. It's all for you guys. So there are people who have been saying things in the comment section. I'm not going to repeat them, but I hope you see how hard I'm working for you because I don't do this for myself. I'm doing this for all of you. I wanted to do it a separate stream for this, but I'm also going to try and do a meeting my subscribers, right? So I have this concept whereby I want to invite all of you, not all of you, but one by one. So I'm trying to figure out a system whereby I'm going to invite. I have a nice concept whereby I'm going to invite each and every one of my subscribers to go live with me, and then we have a conversation. So every single week, I'm going to try and make sure that it's a different subscriber every single week because the channel is growing. So there will come a point whereby I'm not going to be able to respond to every single comment. I hope I'm able to, but there will come a point whereby I'll be getting like a significantly large amount of comments at the same time. Right now, I'm still able to reply, even though it's still a lot of work. But I make time and I sit down and I try to reply to every single person. So, but this concept is going to come afterwards. But I'm going to make sure that no matter how big the channel gets, I'm still able to communicate with you guys. So I'm going to invite each and every one of you to join me, and then every single week it's going to be a different subscriber every single week. So that even though I'm not probably going to be able to meet all of you, but I'm going to try and make sure that we actually do something really entertaining together. But as far as EFC goes, I'll keep you posted. But I think I'm going to start the interviews probably next week. Me and EFC are talking about next week. Um, Friday, the first four interviews will be Friday. Both like the co-main event will be next week Friday, and then the main event will be Saturday from 2 o'clock up until 4 o'clock. So, but I'll continue maybe in the community section. But if anything changes, maybe I'll go live and just to update all of you. But up until then, just keep an eye out on the community section of the channel because I post a lot there. So yeah, I appreciate all of you, and I'm trying to expand the channel. After this, I'm going to work on bigger things and continue to grow. But I'm going to be working with EFC for a very long time. So I'm going to also try and maybe involve organizations like maybe LFA, maybe one championship. We'll see, so that I can interview their champions, and then maybe I'll end up I'll start approaching the UFC maybe once I've built a relationship with every other organization, from Cage Warriors to obviously EFC. We are already speaking, but I want to include like a prominent promotions, PFL. I don't know if Bellator still will still be having its own independent event because now their champions have somewhat combined. I don't know, but yeah, there's a lot that I have planned. But for now, that's what I wanted to say. Hopefully, my network is not disturbing you guys. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you when I do my live predictions Friday or sooner than that. I appreciate all of you. Deuces.